So in today's video, we're going to talk about the hot topic, which is PADM mount failures. These are our replacement sensors. So on this particular car, we have got the fault code for a PADM mount. Now, typically Porsche say that you have to replace the whole mount, and therefore that includes a new sensor, but the issue will arise again at some point because the cure to the actual problem is the sensor inside, not the mount. So when which I'm going to show you in a moment, dashboard lights up with the PADM mount issue, what actually happens is the sensor breaks internally. The mount is nothing more than a hydro mount, and when it fails in the hard position, which is actually where you would want it when you're using the car anyway. It's just annoying because you've got the light on the dashboard. So what we're going to do today is strip down a mount, go into a little bit more detail than the reel that you might have seen previously, explain why our sensors are a complete fix and then don't break again, and we'll go into some detail around why the reasons are that the sensor inside the standard mount fails. So if you just follow me here to give you some idea of what happens if you've not had this happen yet, and it's really common on all models, so 981, 991, 718, and there's different mount sensors for different models. So inside here I have the laptop, which we'll do a cutaway to with the code on. So looking over my shoulder at the PWIS tester here, you can see that the fault code for this car is 001013, which is a left drivetrain mount pressure sensor, short to ground, which means it's broken the sensor inside. If you've got 1023, that means the right hand side, and this can be checked with most basic diagnostics tools. It doesn't necessarily need to be a Porsche tool, something like a Top Don or a iCar soft, which are really good. That'll pick up this particular fault. So you can confirm this before actually booking in with us to have the sensor fixed. And if we do a cutaway to the dashboard, obviously it's currently flashing because it's in the PSM diagnosis because we're connected to it with the PWIS. But at one point here, you'll see it says PADM Mount Disabled, driving still applicable, blah, blah, blah. It basically tells you that the PADM mount has failed. So when that comes on, it's usually one or the other, but what people do is they change just the one, usually because Porsche say that you need a full new mount and it's really expensive, in excess of £1,000 just for the part. What we say to do is strip both mounts down and fit two of our sensors. So we'll follow Andy today, stripping the back of the car down, and we'll cut away a few times for me to explain the differences. We'll also show a mount disassembled so that you can see what the issue is internally, and we'll talk in a little bit more detail about how we fix it and why these particular sensors stop the issue from ever coming back, whereas replacing it with a full mount from Porsche, eventually you will have the same failure again. And we've had lots of customers over the last couple of years that have had various mounts replaced. So a left-hand side, they've paid for that doing, then a right-hand side subsequently has gone, then the left has gone again, because it doesn't actually fix the issue. It's just a fatigue thing. So let's get the car stripped down at the back, start dropping the engine down so that we can get the mounts out. Once we've stripped one down, I'll jump back on camera and explain exactly what these do. So as you can see here, we've got both mounts out of this car. This is the actual culprit that's failed. So that's the whole hydro mount, and it would usually come from Porsche as the mount with this sensor still in place. Obviously, we've just, as you've seen on the video there, we've had to chop the top bit off that to be able to get in and put our sensor in, which we're going to do in a moment. On this particular mount here, if I show you there, which is the other side, there's various things that can possibly go wrong here or that are better on our sensors. So you remove this plastic cover, and underneath there's a very thin seal. Now, if that, we've seen it in the past, if that seal's damaged or just aged or fatigued with heat, you can get water leaking through into the sensor itself. This sensor is pushed over the top of some pins, which you can see on the other sensor here. So there's 3 pins there, which is how the sensor operates, and then it's got dry solder there. So what tends to happen is, if it's not water damage, the solder on the sensor can crack and therefore lose connection. And as you've seen, we have to Dremel the top part off. We Dremel this down, Dremel these parts down, and then that allows us to remove this plunger after the matter and put our full new sensor in. So our sensor is a fully sealed unit with an epoxy resin sealant type mixture here, which hardens, so it's not possible for water to gain access into there. And also, once it's in place, it's not really possible for the sensors to move around internally because it's epoxy resined in, versus just using a small amount of solder like it would on the original. So with vibration, we all know that dry soldering is not the best way, particularly if you've been into motorsport. They don't like dry solder at all because it can crack with heat and vibration. Well, that's not possible if it's been epoxy resined like that. So once we remove this, so we're going to now Dremel this down, you'll see us do that, remove the plunger, fit this in place, and then obviously the jack plug is a little bit longer, but it allows us to plug it in separately. That side?
Yeah, so what it does, it loops round, so that would go
like that, and then give you a sensor to get out there.
Instead of using these connectors, it goes through the wire to the sensor instead. So that's how it gets its sensor signal from there to the circuit board that's in this.
Perfect. Right. Are you going to do the Dremelin or am I? Do you trust me? So now that we've got the sensor prepared and we've removed all of the original connections, all we need on our sensor is a small bit of RTV. Let's see if we can do this neatly. Around the extremity of the sensor. Now, because the sensor is actually a sealed unit, all we're actually sealing here is the unit itself to the old part of the sensor. So that's not doing anything electronically anymore, but we still don't want it to get water in it. So we can now see that the new sensor is mounted into this old mounting point here, and the jack plug, which is this one, will plug in, and that allows us to use this as the main connector. So that's controlling the sensor, and that's the loom between the two. So what we've got now is a mount that's ready to go back into the car, and that will eradicate the code. Now, to prove that out, what we would do is, before fitting the mount, is hold it in place, plug the loom in on the car side, and clear the code down to make sure that it's gone. We'll do that in a moment once Andrew's built up the other side.
So we've erased the PADM fault, and as you can see, all the faults have erased. We'll now just put it back together, and we're good to go.
So now that you've seen the sensor installed on this 991, we wanted to touch on the models that we actually cover. So the sensor on the 991 Generation 1 and 2 models, that's all models including Turbo, Turbo S and GT3. That also fits the 981 models and 718 4-litre. So that sensor is shared across multiple platforms. There is a slightly different sensor for 2-litre and 2.5-litre 718, but we also carry those in stock. And then the 992 also has a different sensor, and we carry those in stock as well. That fits all models, 3-litre T, Turbo and Turbo S, and GT3, GT3 RS. And finally is the pricing. Now, at the point of filming this video, we supply and fit 2 sensors for £865 plus VAT. So that's less than the price of one PADM mount, but we're actually fixing both sensors, which means you're not going to have the issue again, and you're not going to have, typically when one fails, the other one follows after a matter of time. That stops that from happening because we've fixed both sensors. Thank you for watching the video. Please contact the team if you need any more information about this product.